Mastery by Robert Greene, a book that shows you exactly how to become a master at whatever craft you want to achieve mastery at. Now, in this video, guys, I'm going to show you guys the top 3 main parts of this book and also give you guys a free way to actually get this book today and download it and start hearing it or listening to it right now. And guys, if you don't know me, my name is TommyBryson. I'm an accountant and I post videos on YouTube every single day. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and hit the like button if you're excited to actually get this book for free. And let me ask you a question. Is this the first book you're hearing about by Robert Greene, or have you read a book by Robert Greene in the past? If you have, comment down below which book you've read, because I need reading material every single day, okay? Because I'm running out of ideas, so make sure you comment down below with more reading material so I can make a video for next week, Sunday. So now that you commented, I actually want to tell you, well, Tommy, what is this book actually about? Mastery by Robert Greene. Before I actually jump in and tell you, hey, these are the 3 main parts of the book, okay? Now, here's the first thing. What is the book about? It's not just a book, but it's kind of like a blueprint that shows you how big, great men in society and also women actually manage to achieve mastery in their crafts and in their careers or whatever you want to call them. For example, Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, and even Mozart. So it shows you step by step how these men actually got to mastery, and that it wasn't just like, hey, they're so special, they're so smart, I can't do it. No, he shows you step by step how you can achieve the same results. That's something I really appreciate about this book. Now, the second part is this, Tommy. Why should I care about what Robert Greene has to say? And the answer is this. He's responsible for writing the 48 Laws of Power, the Laws of Human Nature, and a bunch of other great books. If you ask me, it's the fundamental skills that you need to understand so you can understand how human behavior actually works and how people work and even how you work. So I highly recommend you read more of his material because I really like his books, okay? They're very good. Now, I want to ask you a question before I tell you the 3 main parts of this book. And here it is. Comment down below. You can't cheat, okay? If you cheat, you're disqualified. So here it is. And I know when you cheat, okay? Because I can check the whole analytics, okay? Now, here's the question. How long do you think it actually takes to complete an apprenticeship or a mentorship, whatever you want to call them? Comment down below. Let me know, how long do you think it takes to complete an apprenticeship? Whoever gets it right, you get a prize. The prize is, I'll comment down, I'll reply and I say like, hey, you got it right. That's your prize, okay? So comment down below and let me know. No cheating, okay? Comment down below, let me know. So now that you commented, I want to jump in straight into the video and actually talk about, hey, what are the 3 main parts of this book, Tommy? And I'm slowing down here because I want to make sure everyone understands this because they're important, okay? Now, the first thing is this. Number 1 is apprenticeships or mentorships, self-directed or directed by a mentor. Now, Tommy, what do you mean by this? Well, in the book, Robert actually goes along to actually show you how great men in history like Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, Mozart, like all these men had great mentors alongside them. Now, here's the thing. You might say, Tommy, you know, I just don't have people around me. What can I say? I have to do everything on my own. Well, he also goes along in the book to actually show you examples of people that didn't have mentors, so they had to create their own apprenticeship and do it all on their own by reading books and teaching themselves every single day something new. So there's literally no excuse, okay? Because I myself don't really have mentors that I can actually go to every single day and ask them questions. So there's no excuse whatsoever. Now, here are some key features when it comes to that. Number 1, you need to be open to actually learning. Number 2, you need to be patient. Why? Because to complete an apprenticeship and actually learn everything you actually need to learn, it's going to take between 4 to 7 years. So if you commented that below, you got it right. Because most people in today's society think like, hey, I'm just going to be doing it for a few months. I'm going to learn everything and then I'm good to go. No. It took Mozart a long time. Thomas Edison, a long time. All these great men, a long, very long time. So between 4 to 7 years to actually complete an apprenticeship. I'm very surprised by it too, but it is true, and they have science to actually back it up, or history to actually back it up, so there's proof of all this stuff. Now, number 3 is this. You need to be ready to walk away. Tommy, what do you mean by this? Whenever you're doing an apprenticeship, you have a mentor, sometimes they can take you under their wing, yes, but sometimes they hold you back because they become dependent on you and they don't want to see you leave. So for example, once you begin an apprenticeship, you need to be ready mentally to walk away when you have nothing else to learn. So once you don't need anything anymore and you want to walk away, by the way, I'm not saying you like, hey, go use people. No, I'm saying like, hey, you're my mentor, but I don't have anything else to learn. I have to go and grow more. You're still my friend. You're still my mentor. I appreciate everything, but I have to go and I have to keep growing. If you stay there, you're going to become stale and you won't really achieve what you want to achieve. Just clarifying it, being a little tough, because tough love is what gets you far. And you're probably asking me, Tommy, have you completed your apprenticeship? And the answer is no, I haven't. I'm thinking between age 25 to 27 I'll be completed, but honestly, guys, I started when I was like 19. It's like 7 years, okay? I still have like 7 years to go. And the only way to speed it up is by, you know, learning more, reading more books, and doing everything every single day. That's why I work every single day on my craft here on YouTube, because, hey, the more you work, the shorter the time is to actually learn whatever you need to learn. Now, remember, you need to be open-minded, so learn more things. Number 2, you need to be patient, so I'm very patient here. And number 3, you need to be able to walk away when it's time to walk away. So if the time comes when I need to walk away, I'll walk away, okay? And if you're wondering, Tommy, did you ever have a mentor? The answer is yeah, I did have mentors. I had mentors like my uncle, which is a merchant, makes millions of dollars doing retail, and my dad, who used to be a politician, and he did very well in that. He knew how to deal with people. So I learned from those 2 men, and it taught me a lot, but only for around like 2 months because they're not here in America. So yeah, everything I actually do now is kind of like self-directed, self-educated, by doing courses, by reading more books. So there's no excuse whatsoever. If you can do mentorships, do it. If you can't do it, teach yourself and learn. Be patient. Remember, 4 to 7 years. Everyone in today's society is such in a huge rush, and that's why no one really completes anything, and that's why no one really gets that far. So here's a question for you guys. Are you in an apprenticeship right now? Do you have a mentor? Are you reading books? How are you learning? And what's your goal? And what's your craft? And how are you going to create this craft and actually become a master at it? Because sometimes there might be crafts out there, but that's not what you want, and you have to create your own. For example, this entire YouTube thing right here, I'm basically creating this entire niche because no one else is doing this, okay? So you can actually create your own thing. That's what I mean by that. So comment down below, let me know, clarify. Again, by putting into words what you actually want to achieve, you have a better chance of actually achieving it, okay? That's why I asked all these questions. Now, the number 2 most important part of the book is this. You have to pick a career that you're obsessed about. Tommy, what do you mean by this? They say it all the time. You can't pick something you love because it'll turn into work. Well, that's kind of not true, and here's why. In the book, he goes on to say how when you pick a craft, a career, there's gonna come a time when, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get bored, you're gonna become frustrated, you're not gonna be making any money, and if you just care about the money, you won't last as long, thus you won't achieve what your goal actually is. On top of that, you have to pick a career that you're so passionate about that you're gonna be learning every single day, and you're gonna be trying to improve every single day. For example, YouTube. It takes a lot of work to do all this stuff. I need to work every single day, learn something new every single day, and teach it every single day. So that's why I love doing this. And by the way, when I first started YouTube, I was making $0. Literally like $24 max in like 3 years. And now I'm making money, but if I gave up back then completely, then I would have never gotten here. So if I only cared about the money, when I didn't see any dollar signs, I wouldn't have made it. If I only cared about the attention people give me, then I wouldn't have made it because my views were getting literally at 3 views. Me, my mom, and my sister. Literally, okay? No one was watching the content. And guess what? When I started doing this niche on finance and doing all this stuff, guess what happened? I said, hey, I'm going to make a video every single day. I made around 45 videos, got like 10 views per video, and it didn't go that well. But I said, hey, I don't really care. I'm making content. I'm learning a lot every single day. And either way, it's benefiting me a ton. And I'm also helping those 10 people. So that's great. So it made me very happy. And because I didn't care about the money, didn't care about the attention, didn't care about any of that stuff, I kept going every single day. Because you have to be obsessive about what you're doing, and you have to be willing to do everything and anything for it. Like Mozart, like Thomas Edison, like Nikola Tesla, like all these great men in history that accomplished something that no other men in their generation could actually accomplish, okay? Everything has to be obsessive. You have to be very passionate about everything. I just want to clarify it because some people out there just don't do it. Now, I want to ask you another question. Comment down below. Are you doing something right now that you're actually passionate about, or are you not? Now, here's my thing. If you have a normal 9-to-5 job and you're trying to pay the bills, I get that. But are you still trying to create a job or do a job or do something that you're very passionate about every single day? That's what I'm saying. If you like creating content, if you like making movies, if you like doing whatever you want to do, if you want to do whatever you want to do, you have to figure out a way to actually do that every single day and incorporate it into your day. Rather than watching Netflix when you come home from work, sit down, work on your passion, get it done, work on it every single day, because eventually this passion is going to grow into a burning fire, and this burning fire is going to create a career for you, and then you can leave that job that you don't want to do. Now, if you are working the job you actually want to do, are you learning something new every single day and you're trying to change it? Because a lot of people out there, they do what they want to do, yes, but in reality, they become complacent. It's a whole technique, guys. You just can't make a video every single day like I do, because eventually it gets bored. So what do? You learn something new every single day and you incorporate it into your videos. That's what I do here, so I can keep learning and pushing every single day. Now, number 3 is that you need to learn how to deal with people. I know so many people out there that say, Tommy, you know, I'm just gonna do my thing. I don't care about people. I'm an introvert. I don't care about anything. And guys, you know, I took like one of those personality tests and I'm also an introvert. And here's my thing. I don't care. I still have to be an extrovert to talk to people and put myself out there. It doesn't matter. You have to get out of your comfort zone. And here's my thing. He goes on to say in the book, like, hey, you know, there's people in history that didn't know how to deal with people, and because of that, they had very bad consequences. Now, I want to clarify something, okay? The first thing is this, guys. You need people around you that are going to judge you and tell you how to improve and not hold back. For example, if I start making videos and not doing research and just like talking, just like to talk, then you guys can tell me down in the comments down below, but you can't be nice about it. Like, say like, hey, Tommy, I noticed that in that video, like, you said this, maybe don't do that. Like, you know, that works good too, but sometimes you have to be like, hey, you're messing up, bro. What are you doing? You're not doing your research. You're not doing this. You know, that motivates people. And, well, not really motivate. It kind of puts people in an odd place, because it puts people in a place like, hey, you know, I'm not doing something correctly. I need to improve. And people might not like it, but eventually it will work out in their best favor in the long term, because honesty helps people. Just being nice about it doesn't really help anybody. Now, in the book, he shares a few stories, okay? And here are the stories. This is a story about the Zen Master. Now, this guy, he's like a novice, and the master treats him bad every single day. Now, you might say, Tommy, what are you talking about? Why would a master treat his student bad? Well, it's a whole technique in that religion. Now, why they do that is because, you know, they want to put the student in a state of complete, like, unknownness. Like, when they doubt themselves, because once you doubt yourself, you're more open-minded about learning new things. And you might not make sense out of that, but here's how that works. Basically, if I think I know everything, I'm not really going to learn. But if I'm doubting everything I know, then I'm going to be more open to actually learning more about different things. That's why that happens. Now, the second thing is this. There was another story in the book that goes into talk about this one guy. Now, this might all be common sense, guys, but back then it wasn't common sense. You know how now every single doctor has to wash their hands, make sure they're wearing gloves? Well, back then they didn't do it, and because of that, babies were getting sick. Now, when that was going on, one guy discovered, like, hey, this is causing it. You need to wash your hands. But he did it in such a way where he embarrassed his entire co-workers and everyone, just kept writing books about it. And he embarrassed the entire institution. Now, what happened to him? He went on to pass away penniless. He got fired from his job and no one cared about him. Now, number 2 is another guy that went on to discover how the heart pumps blood through the entire body. You might have heard about him, okay? Now, this guy waited around 10 years after he found his findings to actually perfect everything. Once he perfected everything and involved all his co-workers and actually had them build empathy for his work, guess what happened? Once he released his work, everyone in the science community was very happy, and he was very technical with his approach, because when he actually published his findings, the first thing he said is this: I want to thank everyone that actually did research on this topic. He named a few names, and then he said, hey, but these are my findings, and here's why this works, and here's the evidence, and no one can actually, like, you know, like, say like, hey, it doesn't work like that, because he has all the evidence. So what I mean is this, you know, for example, I'm a YouTuber here on the channel. I like watching Graham, I like watching Kevin, I like watching Sebi, I like watching all these YouTubers here also. But what happens if I notice they're doing something wrong and I start making videos bashing them? It doesn't make any sense, right? So by creating an environment where everyone is actually happy to work with you, that's much better. If you become that guy that no one wants to deal with, then you're in a rougher position, and then it becomes harder to actually perform at what you want to perform at. So there's that. So comment down below and let me know which one of these nuggets, these main parts, is your favorite one. Is it number 1, an apprenticeship, a mentorship, having a mentorship? Is that important to you? Is it number 2, being able to be obsessed about your craft? Is number 3, being able to deal with people and knowing how to collaborate with all the people in your niche or in your career, in your field, whatever you want to call it? Comment down below. Let me know which one is most important to you. If you ask me, it's a trick question. They're all very important to me, and I'll tell you why. Number 1, you have to take 4 to 7 years to actually learn your craft, to actually see like, hey, this is all the basics, and here's how I can actually add my entire flavor to it and turn everything around. But if you know the basics and all the work that actually came before it, then how can you actually improve on it, you know? Now, number 2 is you have to be passionate about what you want. If you don't have any passion, then how will you overcome all those obstacles that keep coming your way every single day? You're gonna get bored, you're gonna get tired, and you're gonna quit if you're not passionate about it. Now, pick what you want to do and figure out a way to do it every single day. That's what I would do. Now, number 3, dealing with people is by far one of the most important things, because in reality, guys, human nature, we're collaborative, we're together, and we all have to deal with each other. So you have to learn how to deal with people, and that's something this book actually teaches you how to do, which I very appreciate. Now, guys, I want to give you guys a bonus if you made this far. If you made this far into the video, comment down below and let me know. Here's a bonus. failure is the only way to actually accomplish success. Now, I will say this, guys. I can't have you walk out of here without trying to get this book for free. Now, like I promised before, all you have to do is click my link for Audible. You get 1 free month to get Audible, and you actually get 2 free books. Now, when you get these 2 free books, if you can't afford Audible, which is like 15 bucks a month, just like cancel it. You can still keep the 2 free books, and you can actually read it. But I highly, highly, highly recommend you actually read this book. On top of that, if you don't like listening to audiobooks and you want the paperback, I also have a link in the description down below, and I also have every single thing I said in this video in the description down below. So if you want to read that, the entire summary, you can actually read the description. Now, guys, by far, this is one of my favorite books because it teaches you how to become a master at your craft. And I personally, I'm also a victim of trying to get things too fast, and sometimes I want to get things way too fast and it doesn't work out. Now I have a perspective where I say like, hey, it's gonna take between 4 to 7 years before I actually see some relevant success actually starts to pop out. Okay, so I'm prepared to actually do that. And by the way, I mean 7 years of posting a video every single day. Isn't that crazy? No one's ever done that before. Tommy, you're gonna get bored. This video gonna get bored. Okay, here's my thing. Every single day, I'm trying to find a new way to actually do these videos, to actually make them more and more interesting. Once you're improving and you're changing things up, you'll never get bored because you enjoy doing what you're doing. As always, guys, if you like the video, go ahead and like the video. Thanks for watching the video, by the way. And like the video, okay, because it helps the channel out a ton. And then that way, I know you guys actually like book reviews, because I know for a fact these videos don't actually get a lot of views, but I know for a fact they give you a lot of value, so I'm going to keep doing it. But like the video so I know you actually like it. On top of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And if you want book reviews, remember, every single Sunday I post a book review, but every single day I post a video. Daily content, like no one else on YouTube. On top of that, guys, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, uno, if you have any ideas whatsoever that you want to share, just DM me on Instagram at TommyBryson. If you want to talk to all of us here on the channel, yes, here on the channel, just join us on Discord. Link in the description down below. I have to warn you, only 100 spots are open. Once those 100 spots are full, we're going to close it down until 2020. So get inside the Discord while you still can. And I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Thanks for watching, and peace.
You've got to start